on a wild camp was the plan. We were hoping to stay in those woods behind me, but as we were making our way to the location where we've been before, wait for these cars to go past. As we were making our way up into those woods, a voice shouted, "Oi lads!" And we were told quite unceremoniously that it was private land and we couldn't stay there. A nice chap, decent enough, was very pleasant about it, but you know, it's not really worth the hassle. It's not forestry land, it's owned by Enville Estates. So yeah, so we're moving on. We'll see if we can find somewhere a bit secluded down the road. Here's what we do, the walk of shame. Looking for a new spot now. Just got that hill behind us. Oh, how you feeling, Jay?
Oh, living the dream, man.
Well, we believe we found a suitable location, so we're just going to where we stashed the gear. So we stashed the gear sort of in some trees down there, and we've had a good walk around the general area looking for somewhere suitable, which we think we found. We've actually found a couple of good spots now, so we're just going back to get the gear if it's still there, and yeah, check back in a short while. So this is home for the night. Hopefully we'll remember the way out in the morning. Not that far from the road, actually. I can hear the road, yeah, just down there. But unlike the rest of this area, there's no tyre tracks here. Where some of the pastures, look at, there's tyre tracks all over it. Right, so we'll just clear this area up and get the shelter set up. It's the most important part of any expedition: getting the brew on. New stove. The alcohol burner I've got just for brewing up with. So that's where Mr. B will be sleeping tonight. I'm going to put my bivvy up. I don't think Jay's really embracing the spirit of wild camping. Right, I'm going to set up my bivvy.
It's more like glamping, really, isn't it?
It is with you. Look at this.
You're only jealous.
That's a nice little setup, that is. I think the first time your lights come on in your pocket. I think the first time we ever went out camping many years ago was to climb Penny Fan, and we made a decision then, and we said you can only take stuff that you can carry. So Jay's decided that he can carry all that now, and he does carry it, so you can't really knock him. You know, if he's willing to carry it, he can bring it with him. Although I can guarantee it just made that 2-mile hike a lot easier, didn't it, Jay?
Just a touch.
Right, I'm going to set up the bivvy now. I'm hoping to put it between these two trees. I'm not sure whether it'll be too long or not. So I'm just doing a simple lean-to type configuration, faced into the middle. We've got a Swedish log with us, which we're going to put in the middle there and burn, and maybe do some cooking on later. But my plan for now is to get a ridge line up across here, drop the back down, give myself a little bit of a canopy, and yeah, get my bed set up and set down for the night. Let's do that. You blowing the missus up?
Yeah.
Right then, cordage and whatnot. That's the Basha, that's my Bivi, which I'll be sleeping in tonight. I'm just just get this out for the moment and just check the width is going to be okay. It should be alright. Yeah, plenty. Well, it's got a ridge line up. If you've ever watched any of our videos before, we talked a while back about a fast deploy ridge line, which is this thing here. So this should go up, let's find the end, pretty quick, almost, I mean no time at all to get this ridge line up. This wasn't our first choice of camp spot, but to be honest, it's actually a really nice spot, and because it's not private land, there's less chance of us getting bumped like we did on the last one. So we were walking up towards our spot. I think I mentioned it earlier, and the guy just came out. "Oi, like, what are you doing?" "Oh, we just played it a bit dumb, you know." If you're watching this chap, we do apologise. We did know it was private land. He was hoping to get away with it, but he was nice enough. He was friendly enough bloke, you know. He wasn't an arse about it. He was just doing his job, really. I think he was there like a groundskeeper type bloke. Just need a toggle. So the toggle is just for the first side. It's like to put a marlin spike hitch on. I'm keeping this quite low this time. So normally I come up quite high, but I don't want it high. On this end I've got I think it's called a cam jam. It's a self-locking sort of carabiner type thing. And what I do is I'm going to use that with one of these prussiks here. I'm not going to bother showing close-ups because that's not what this camping video is about. Just to make a trucker's hitch. Something's definitely being eaten over there. It's back there. Thanks, Jeff. Filming?
Oh shit. Sorry, mate.
Say hello to Jason's arse, everyone.
Hello. Oh, it didn't sink there either.
Well, once I finish it, I'll be back. Yeah, I'll move it anyway.
Sorry, mate.
I will do a close-up. There you go. So there's the cam jam. It's just on this sliding prussic, and it just self-locks itself in. To undo it, just release it like that, and it all comes loose. And then underneath, we've got that bit there. And what I'm doing is locking it in, pull it tight, and that, along with the sliding prussic there, just forms my trucker's hitch. That's the ridge line up now. I've got another couple of prussiks already on here for hanging that from, which I should do now. So I'm coming on the. I'll stick it on the ridge. We'll do it on that. I just need another couple of toggles.
Top of the ridge, because that will give you a bit more support. Looking at that. Looking at that.
What are you looking at?
The space between.
Yeah.
I think that fire's going to be too close to the tent. Huh?
Do that there.
That's really close.
It's not as close when you nearly set my tent on fire in Brecon. Well, it only just fit, but so all I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a hole.
Really?
I put one on my poles here. I'll clamp that one down there, just to give myself a little bit of room. What I'm looking at here is you can see that this is sort of in the wrong place really to put it into the ground. Hopefully you can see that anyway. Okay, so that's where these things come in, because what I can do is go wherever I want with this. So I'm going to put this about there, clamp it on, and then that will give me the spot like that.
Ooh, that's not bad.
And I'll go and do the same on the other side with this one.
I'll face on that, sorry.
So yeah, I could go and cut some sticks, but you know, I use the poles instead. So I'm going to do now is just drop a guy lying down.
I'll call you.
It's easy for you to say.
I can't get a word in advance. I'll call you later.
Okay, first one is just loose. I'm going to put the other one in over here there. So Jay's going to have to move his chair again in a second.
Sinking, isn't it?
The next one's going to go. Oh. In and out, the cameraman's back. Yay! I may be off making some steaks in a short while, because that's really soft.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I'm just going to put a line from here, just to that branch, just to help lift this up a little bit.
So the water drops back.
Yeah, like I said, but I mean, as I mentioned earlier, the chances are that I'll probably not end up dropping this. Oh, actually, do you know what? I don't think I will. I need to drop that down later. Once I get my sleep kit set up. Right there. Thank you much, sir. So all that I need to do now is get my sleeping system under there, and I'm done. Well, that's the setup done now. It's just getting dark, which is perfect.
2 degrees
at the moment.
tonight.
It's going to be 2 degrees. It's not going to be freezing cold.
It's 8 degrees at the moment.
8 degrees at the moment. You heard it here first. So let's take a look at the setup. Jason's is behind me. You can see he's basically using a tent and a stool and yeah. Okay, I am going for the British Army Basha. I've got it set up quite high, and then I've got my bivy bag underneath, blanket and sleeping bag, but I'm essentially going to be open. And if the weather gets a bit dodgy, which I don't think it is going to be, I'll just drop this down and tighten that up so that it's a lot lower. In fact, let's have a see what that looks like now. Joe, would you mind just That's not too bad. It'll give you a bit more shelter if the wind starts coming, if the rain starts coming in that way. So yeah, home for the night.
Get the dinner on, Mum.
Time to start cooking now. Got the pans out. Got a couple of beers there for when we're done. Got some potatoes, got some sponge pudding with custard for after, a couple of nice big pork chop steaks. Jason's filming breakfast that we've got tomorrow, so that's over there. Just separated the two bits of meals out so that we don't start eating everything in one go. So we're going to be doing a couple of things. First time with this new stove. I've not used it yet other than to test, but opens out like that, and then I think the legs come out like that. Okay, that's pretty stable. And then that goes on over here like that. And then I think that should be it. Okay, and then we're going to get this one to go as well, because I've got some potatoes there that are just sort of boiling the bag type thing. That better not burn a hole in the bottom of my pan like it did last time.
You set it like a flame thrower.
So we'll get these on the go. These are potatoes au gratin apparently, which we have had before, and they're really, really nice.
No, that's not level, is it?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay.
So with those, we just need to heat them up. They'll be fine like that. However,
Dinner.
have you got a knife to open these?
Yeah.
That's just your spork thing just there, Jay.
With what hand? Did you forget I'm not an octopus?
That's not what she said. Oh, yes. So these are, do you like garlics and herbs and stuff like that? Jay?
Yeah, yeah.
Good, because they're done in garlic and herb butter. These massive chops. Oh, that smells good already. Just get some, I've just handled raw pork, so wipes.
Sure, that bit of grass will add to it.
Yeah.
A bit of grass.
Not grass, it's herbs.
Oh, I can smell the garlic from here. Oh, we ain't getting any vampires tonight.
That's what I thought.
This is the fire log. This is what makes it all worthwhile.
This is what Jason carried 3 miles across country. Cursing it every step
I
of
bet
the
it was
way.
more than 3 miles as well.
In total, yeah, probably might have been. It was 2 miles. It was over 2 miles from where we was bumped to the edge of the woods.
Yeah. Oh, no light. Oh, did you lose some?
Did I lose some?
Yeah.
Butter? No. So, ready to go with course 1. Jason being all civilised.
Well, no reason not to be.
Do you want to go over there and down a little bit? Otherwise you'll like me from the top and makes my nose look big. No, I'm joking. Right, okay, so main course is done. It is time to get pudding on the go. Pudding consists of 2 sponge puddings, which I just open like that and like that. Just open the top a little bit and stand in that hot water. Oh. Stand in the hot water. What kind of a noise was that? So with that one, pierce it, stand it in the water. I'll put some more water in a second. And then custard, which I'm pretty much going to do the same with. So I'm going to just open it in the corner. Right there. And stand it in water like that. Get some more water in there before it. There you go. And we just let that all warm up. And then before you know where we are, we'll be eating chocolate pudding, camp style. It's going to be cold. What's the temperature saying at the moment, Jay?
I don't know.
All right, okay. Every time I ask you, I don't want to know, you tell me. Now I do want to know, he doesn't want to tell me. He's having a drama at the moment, Jason. Is his whiskey cup's leaking?
No, it's not leaking, it's not opening, that's the problem.
It's not opening?
Yeah.
So you can't get to your whiskey?
No. I can get to it, I just can't drink it.
Well, they did say it was guaranteed not to leak.
Well, they did do that.
Oh, yeah, cold one tonight. I've got an inflatable mattress underneath me to keep me off the ground, and then I've got my sleeping bag. I've also got a big fleece blanket, and then I've got the Gore-Tex outer, which is fine when I'm all inside it, like I am sort of, but when I'm half out like now, really feel the cold on my top half. As soon as I'm sort of, you know, back in it like this, I start to warm up a bit. Actually, I'll put my hat back on as well, which is in here somewhere. I'll find it in a bit. And I've got gloves as well, so yeah. But it's almost alcohol time. We're not expecting rain tonight or snow, which will be probably our next adventurous type camping, rather than just for fun. You know, to say that we've done it, probably a snow camp. Big thumbs up from Jay then. But I've gone out. See, Jason's got this. This isn't my sample, by the way. That's Captain Morgan's spiced rum, which I can get at.
You are?
I said, which I am able to get at.
I can't see you, camouflage.
I'm just invisible.
There's going to be some crust on this load in the morning.
Some what?
Crust. Wiping my nose like I'm an 8-year-old.
That's lovely. I'm sure YouTube will be fascinated by that. Yeah, what time is it? It is 6:30, just gone.
And that's my first sip.
The Swedish log stove's going. It took us a while to get it going, but we'd put some paper in to sort of accelerate it, but it seemed to be like a foil back paper, so it just actually blocked the breathing hole. But it's now burning as it should. Although I realise that you can't really see the log stove there, so let's light it up properly. I know I've got a torch here somewhere.
He's filming the fire.
I'm not actually. I've got the low light setting and it looks really cool.
Does it? Alright.
Would you get one of them again?
Oh yeah, yeah.
The wood things?
Yeah, provided we didn't have to unpick 10 mile.
I wish I'd been filming all of that there. Ah, bugger.
I nearly said, you just said that.
I do this quite a lot. Sometimes I forget to press go, and then I do some recording, and then I realise I haven't recorded. I have to do it all again. So
You see that as the hole gets bigger, so
the more air gets through. So what I was just saying was, it's actually throws out quite a lot of heat for a small fire. I just was over the other side from where I am now, filming the Basha, and it's freezing over there. But as soon as you come back into this little circle of light, it's quite pleasant. It's actually quite warm. But in comparison, don't get me wrong, it's still going to be a very cold night. Well, outside it's going to be nice and warm in my sleeping system, I hope. We shall find out. Happy Jay? As a big inch hit, was it worth carrying that log for 4 hours, or however long you carried it for?
it's about 3 hours.
It wasn't that long. It wasn't that long. Should probably take that bag out. The tree looks awful. This thing's been burning now for nearly 2 hours, and it's only just broken through on this side. It is. Oh, here's the flame there. Still not a scorch mark on the ground though, which is good. This is where we are at 9:30. Oh, wonderful! Just collapsing down into embers now. Done well though, 3 hours. Coming up, well, yeah, not far off 3 hours. Really weird though, the second the flame went out, it went pitch black, and the cold has just rushed in, innit, Jay?
Yeah.
It was noticeable. It's amazing how, just how warm that thing's been, how much heat that little log has been throwing out for the last 3 hours, for it to suddenly just like, oh man.
It was a real noticeable drop.
Yeah. Just fell over into itself and gave it a bit of air. So I reckon we've still got another half hour left out of it.
10 minutes.
This will just help channel any rainwater that does hit it onto Jason's knees. So now we've got the really low down, and then that little channel at the front there. Again, so any rainwater's not going to pool. So that's me hunkered down now, lowered the roof, tightened all the straps up, got my blanket, got my quilt. I'm going to turn off the light. No, I'm going to turn off the light and just enjoy these embers going out. 3 degrees at the moment. It ain't going to get any warmer. I do hope the camera's picking this volume up. It sounds like he's eating a massive bag of crisps. And knowing Jay, he probably is.
I think I need to invest in a double fucking bed. Even when I'm sliding down.
You know what you should have done?
You are.
Should have put your tent up here. 2:20. Just had to get up for a piss, as you do. It's cold out there. Really much appreciate this. This is keeping me really warm. Jason stopped snoring, so I assume he's woke up now. Hopefully he'll stop snoring long enough for me to get back to sleep. See you in the morning. Well, later in the morning. Good morning, 7 o'clock-ish. And Jason got up and made a cup of coffee and made sure I was awake as well. So, there's a light bit of rain in, light bit of rain. Whew. I'm gonna drink this coffee and then relax for a bit. And then once the light starts breaking through, crack on with breakfast. Okay, I think probably time to get up now. So I guess what I'm going to do is hoik this up in the air to give myself a bit more room, get everything packed away, and then start thinking about breakfast. Sounds like a plan. Well, as daylight's breaking now, there's a short pause in the rain, so what I'm going to try and do is hoik the bivvy up now, the basher up now, to a little underhead height, give me some working space. But this is where I spent the night. I lowered the roof down last night. I'm not sure how clear it was on the videos that I shot, but I lowered it right down, gave it a slope for the water to run off. I had no problems at all. Stayed dry, stayed warm. So as I say, yeah, the plan now is raise the ridge lines either end, raise these two bits, and then peg the other side out against the other trees. Give me a space to work under for breakfast. I'll come back when that's done. So all I've done here is I've raised the ridge line along the top there, as you can see, put an extra pole in, and that has given us plenty of space now to pack our gear up if it starts to rain and to cook a little bit of breakfast. So this is where the fire was last night. So a couple of little vestiges there, but what Jay's doing on, he's just getting handfuls of moss, putting it down and totally covering it up. There you go. There's no sign there was ever a fire log there. Good job, Jay. There's the start. Bacon's going in after that. Bread, eggs, And the beans are ready to go as well. There are two of us.
Andy Bean, Mum.
As always. Something smells good in the woods today. It's all good in the wood. I am surprised that because this is Jay, it's not a full-on Arga and gas hob and everything to go with his glamping setup.
Carry.
Yeah.
Too big to carry.
Looking good. Looking good. Looking cooked. Yeah. Somebody up there is going to smell this bacon. So the bacon, the eggs on the bacon. Not quite as successful as the flip as I'd liked, but I got most of it over. There we go, breakfast in a pan. Got my egg, my bacon, my sausage, my burger. Jay's eating from that pan. Tasty, tasty. This is where we were last night, this spot there. So Jay's tent was pretty much in that space there. My Basha was between those two trees. The fire was right there. I'm just doing a last sweep now to make sure that we leave no litter around. I would say it was a fairly successful evening. Now we just got to trick out. Obligatory walking away from camp shot.
Andy has to turn around and run back.
Rubbish. Quite a fun evening that was. Food was eaten, beer and whiskey was drunk, songs were sung. There was no singing. And it was quite pleasant, to be honest. As an experience, first time I've ever done it, a winter base camp. And it wasn't too bad. Even now, it's not too cold. Although I wouldn't want to be mooching around doing nothing in this for the next hour, because you would get cold very quickly. As we're about to find out while we wait for our lift out of here. There's definitely water on the lens, so I don't know how bloody this is going to be. What was that? How's that for you, Jay?
Oh, I fully enjoyed it. It was down to about 2 degrees. Could have gone up quite a lot further down, I think. With the setting we got, I was very, very warm. In fact, I kicked my sleeping bag off.
Out of bed.
But yeah, kicked it off halfway through the night.
I definitely heard something being pumped up around about 2 o'clock though. I just went back to sleep.
So winter camp.
Snow camp next.
Snow camp next.
What have we learnt? That it's not going to kill you. You know, getting out and about in this weather isn't going to kill you. Obligatory walking back to camp to pick up your camera shot.